What's up guys, welcome back to another bus build. I just wanted to make this video really quick on the wiring that I've been doing, and I want to show you what I've done thus far, and I really am itching to turn the lights on and see if they work. But first, let me show you what I've done and run, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, I wanted to show you my my fuse block on how I got that all wired up. I have all the wires going up into that one piece there, and that's going to the rest of the bus. But right now, everything that's main power is in red. And so it has a fuse with that. So all the positives with the main power going to the switches are going to be in red. And then also the ones coming back in black are all of my negatives for those switches. Now all of my whites are for negatives after coming off the actual lights or the thing that I'm powering. But let me show you how I actually have those all run and through the whole bus. Alright guys, so I have all those wires coming out that main box, which the power panel is right behind that. If you follow this all the way down, you'll see you have a bunch of white, red, black. You have a couple negatives branching off there, a couple branching off there, and so on. Alright guys, so I have my two switches for the kitchen wired up. I showed you the switch that's wired up in the front, but these are the second set of switches for the kitchen. So the top one will be for the main overhead lights, and then the bottom one will be the lower lights underneath the cabinets. And as if you follow these up, you'll see that these come up through there, up around, all the way down, and those head to the fuse block down there, and then more wires keep continuing down. So what I have for the lights is all of these green cables that I have is for the top lights, and then my yellow is going to be for my underhead lights. If we walk through here, let me show you. These are the ones that are in my bedroom now. These are the second set of switches, or third set of switches, I'm sorry. Same thing with the green and the yellow. Green for the top, or yellow for the bottom. And you can see these run up, and those will be the green, and then the yellows are going to be right here for the overhead, or underneath the cabinets, or what have you. And also, before I forget, I have this one standalone switch that will be for the hallway. So that will just go straight up and right overhead for the hallway. But I kind of want to show you how I wired these up, so I'll take you to that now. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to wire up these small little toggle switches for lights or any type of utility that you need. What I'm actually doing is I wired two of them together. Hopefully I'm doing this right, and I'll show you if I did it, if this works or not. But I really wanted to show you how these crimp terminals work on these switches. The switches themselves are three prong. You have one that's like a copper color, which is going to be your ground. And if your switch is this way and the light is on the bottom, the power is going to go into the middle prong. Then whatever you're powering, your lights, pumps, or whatever, is going to be the bottom one. Now, if you want to flip that and you want that light on top, all you have to do is switch these two. Main power goes into this bottom one. Well, here, main goes into the bottom one, and then your switch goes into this one. So it just depends, oh, come on, depends on which one you want. But in my case, I have my light on the bottom, so when I flip it up, light comes on. And when I flick it off, light goes off and it's down, same switches on in a house. So negative, positive, whatever you're powering or you want to switch on. So I'll show you what I had to do, and this is what I figured out on my own. I had to get the yellow, let me see if this will work. My camera is acting up. These are the yellow connectors that have the insulation around it. Usually yellow is meant for a higher gauge, which is 12 to 10 gauge cable. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to combine two cables into one. So what I have here is 14 gauge wire. I got black, and then I also have the red. And what I have to do is twist the two together and stick it into one so you can power multiple things at the same time. And it has room to fit those two twisted cables together. And then I also have those inline connectors at the ends. So one is going to be for the main power coming from the battery, and then the other one is an extension if I want to add more switches for other things. That way I can just add power to those things. But here, I'll go ahead and get into that. So what I'm going to do, and since how I have these, I want to make sure I have, they go in the same direction, right? I don't want them twisted to where my switches are not going to line up the way I want them, because I have top and bottom instead of side to side. I just wanted them up and down. So it just depends on the orientation of how you want those connectors to connect in flat. So let me go ahead and get into this really fast. What you're gonna do is, like I've been showing you, is take your wire and kind of figure out where you want it to twist together. So that one. Okay, so I got my two pieces. This one, the shorter one, is going to be the one going to my main power. This one is going to be the loop connecting the two switches, because I'm going to have two more switches, and then you'll see why a little later. So all you have to do is make them that they're that orientation, not side by side but vertically, and take them and just kind of twist the two cables together. And then you take your yellow terminal and twist those into there, and make sure that you have that flat piece the right direction you want. You don't want it that way unless you want them side by side, because then it'll be like that. You want them up and down, so that way you have that. So what you'll do is, normally with these pliers you'll have yellow, blue, and red. But for these cheap connectors, I had to buy like 100 of them because I was running out of yellow. Are not really the right size, and they don't hold the cables in there very well. So what I've done is, instead of using the yellow portion for the crimping method, I went ahead with the blue to kind of just give it that extra clamp down and so it won't come out. So I just put those two together, crimp that down, and then I'll actually move a little bit to the other side of it, and I'll kind of crimp that down just a little bit. That way, now those, come on, those won't come out anymore. So all I have to do is just repeat that process once more, because I'll have just one more to go, and connect those two like that, and I'll be back and show you when it's all done. Alright guys, now that I got those two connected together, what I'm going to do, actually bring this out just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on those slip-on connectors that I was telling you about in the previous video, just to add, that way I can connect whatever I want to them later on, and those just slide right on, and like I said before, they don't go anywhere. I will add that to the other one. Okay, so one will have my power line in, and then my other will have one if I decide to add something else to it. So I can take my switch, my top one, so main power is going to go in the whoops, I need it this way, is going to go in the middle. And then my other switch, make sure it's the right direction, that's going to go in the middle. And now I have the two that are going to power or be able to control my lights. These specific ones are going to be the ones for the bedroom. But all you have to do is repeat this this step for the negative, and that we'll do the same thing. Just make the negative ones just a tad bit bigger. That way they can get around the red wires or the positive wires for the DC. But and you can do that to pretty much anything that has those switches, or like I said, the voltmeter and the cigarette lighters. Actually, I'll show you the standalone USB ports that I have. And what I did is I just put on a negative and a positive and just connected those with those same connectors. That way that will just get power straight to those, and I can put these around the bus wherever I want for USB power, to charge phones and other small 5-watt things, really. But that is basically what I just wanted to show you. I probably repeated that because I repeat myself a lot in these videos. But back to what I was talking about before. Alright guys, so now that you know how my switches are set up, I want to actually test it and see if I did it right. I hooked everything up in here for the battery thing. I have the batteries hooked up. I'm about to turn the master switch for the batteries. So I'm gonna record this, and here goes nothing. Okay. Nothing's blowing up, but look at this. I have power. Come on. I have power so far. 12.4 volts. It's exactly what I need. Alright guys, so this is very exciting. Okay. Set you right here. Let me see if I can get this light here. Alright guys, so here's the moment of truth. See if my wiring worked out. I have this light attached to everything. Whew. Hard part's down. Let's try the second part. Alright guys, here we go. 3, 2, 1. God! Yes! Yes! Woo! I did it! I did it! Oh! Oh! It's kind of like shitty put together, but I have... I wired it correctly. I wired up a couple more lights behind you. I actually want to test those out and see how those do, but wow, that's a really good feeling. Okay, I'm gonna leave this one on and I'm gonna turn you around and try the other one. All right guys, second light, here we go. And sure enough, it does. I'll be damned. Okay, here we go. I got a third one. I don't know if we can see it from there. We're going to give it a shot. Woo! It's working. It's actually working. Okay, I'm gonna come grab you for the... Alright guys, last but not least, the bedroom. So, here we go. Woo! Yeah! Oh man, that's such a good feeling after so much work. Woo! Yes! Guys, we have lights! Wow. Finally able to get some electricity onto the buses is quite an accomplishment. I know everybody that has probably already done this before has the same feeling, but it feels good to know I'm not going to burn the bus down as of yet. So next steps are probably going to be running the solar panel cables. That way I can keep these batteries charged to where I can continue to use these lights. I'm not going to install the lights until I get some paneling up on the roof, but man, it's it's super exciting, super dope. But I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick, experience that with me and have you experience that. And man, I'm so excited and can't wait to do this a bit more and get more stuff going. But thanks guys for stopping in and checking out and experiencing the power with me. Maybe simple and stupid, but it was a lot for me. But share with everyone, comment, like, share, all that fun stuff. I'm just so excited. So we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.